Hi, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today to I Am Her, You and Me, Together is When We Could Be. So, today I have two phenomenal guest speakers. Before they introduce themselves, let's talk about what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be focusing on hope, potential, vision, faith in the future, and walking in purpose. So, with that being said, Jazz, go ahead and introduce yourself and let them know where you're from.
Yes, hi, I'm Jaslyn Royale. I am a hairstylist, master hairstylist. I was located in Florida, and now I'm located now in Indiana.
Awesome. Go ahead, Key. Introduce yourself and let them know where you're from and etc.
Hey y'all, I'm so honored to be here. My name is Better Key, and I'm a wife, mama, speaker, and I'm from Chicago, but I'm currently living in New Jersey.
Awesome. I love how you guys are in two different areas. I always try to get people that are across, like not in the same spot, because I always said that I wanted to have a podcast where I reach people all across the nation, and this is exactly what I'm doing. Um,
hmm
and
That's awesome.
yes, I want to say thank both of you guys so much for answering the call and showing up last minute. You know, things happen at the last minute, especially you, Key, because you be going, you be all over the place. And I just want to say thank you. I'm so glad that you were available today. And both of you guys, Key and Jazz, I'm sorry, I meant to say Jazz, you always going somewhere. You know, you always doing makeup, you always working. You said you were a master hairstylist, so that, I mean, it shows. So with that being said, I want to ask you, Jazz, when you hear the phrase "we could be," what does that stir up in your spirit?
Um, that stirs up in my spirit. You said what we could be.
Yes. When you,
What we could be is um, when it stirs up in my spirit. You could be anything you put your mind to. God has placed us on this earth to be creators, not
yes,
only just to work for corporations, but in all actuality, we are to create. And when I say we are put here to create, meaning that whatever our gifts are, whatever stirs and bulls up in you to and gives you fire within. Like, say for instance, I love to do hair. I love mixing and mingling people. I love to also minister on how God has blessed me in my life and
yes,
all the different challenges that I have gone through my ministry, which is hair, makeup, spirituality, you name it.
yes.
But that's what that means to me.
I love that. And you
Yeah.
said, you know, basically we can be anything, and that's true. We can be anything we put our mind to as long as we really want to do it. And like you said, it has to stir up, boil and stir up in our spirit, which is true. So, Miss Key, when you hear the phrase "we could be," what does it stir up in your spirit?
Honestly, when I hear we could be, I feel like God's reminding us who we really are.
Hmm.
No, it's like He's saying, it's more, and I put it in you. It stirs up vision, but also this deep responsibility. Like, okay, we could be whole, we could be
Yeah.
walking in purpose, healed, bold, powerful, but we got to believe Him enough to move like it. And it's
Wow.
not just I could be, it's we, like a collective becoming, and that's spiritual to me. So,
I,
stirs up a lot.
yeah, you're right. We could be. That is true. I like that statement was very powerful, and
hmm
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead when I replay it. I'm gonna think about that because you know I didn't think of it that way, but I really thank you for that. Um,
Yeah.
Miss Key, I want to ask you. I'm gonna come back to you again. What has tried to block you from becoming who God created you to be?
Well, a lot. But mostly the version of me that believed that I had to earn love or to earn grace. I've been through survival, shame, deep loss. I've had people try to box me in, silence me, and even religion that taught me how to perform, but not how to heal.
Mm.
And but the biggest fight was in my mind. And the day I
Ooh.
started agreeing with God's version of me instead of theirs, everything started shifting.
You know, you said something. I mean, everything you just said was mind blowing. But you said like religion, they teach you. Wait, say it again. I said it was too good and too fast. Say it
Well,
again.
they taught me how to perform, but not how to heal. Like they taught me, oh, keep the commandments, wear
Yeah.
your skirt, wear your head wraps, don't be doing this, don't But it didn't teach me how to heal the parts of me that that kept me from having a personal relationship with God, and Him being able to step into my life or my heart and tell me which way to go and what things to do instead of following indoctrinated, people.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. And I know this is not part of the topic, but you said, because, church don't, I ain't putting nobody down, nothing, but you're right. Church don't teach you how to heal. And I agree. I mean, they can go to church, they can feed your spirit and make you feel good for the time being, but when you go home, you hurting, because I was in that situation. I had to learn to heal on my own, and I didn't think, I didn't think of that. That was a good statement you said. They teach you spirituality, but don't teach you how to heal. And I feel like people wonder why things are not working out for them because they're not healing. I like that, and I'm gonna fall back on that on my own time. Miss Jazz, what has tried to block you from becoming who God created you to be?
Well, I can start off with saying I do love what she said, and just to expound on it, fear, doubt, shame, trauma that tried to silence my voice and convince me as I was unworthy. But generational patterns dressed up as normal. Um, just expound on what she had said also, but also the inner critic that didn't believe I was enough. Yeah, every time I choose faith over fear, even in small ways. But throughout time, I chipped away those blockages, and God met me there,
Mm.
reshaping me, even the broken that was within me, and the things that I have gone through. But it just reshaped the beauty in all of it. Just being able to heal and being able to know God for yourself, because I feel like, even though, and not to put down nobody's religion, but even being in Baptist, Pentecostal, going to all these different religions, at the end of the day, when I'm sitting alone in my room, I feel more connected to God, even being in the church.
Yeah. And that's true. You don't have to go to church to have a relationship with Him. The relationship starts from within, and
Yeah.
and like you said, you can go to all. It sums back to what Key said. They'll teach you all this stuff, but do they teach you how to heal within? And that's where you got to take time on your own. You got to sit with God, and some people do find more connection with God and more bond with God sitting at home, reading the Bible, listening to worship music and stuff like that, because that's where I got most of my healing and stuff from, being alone, But yes, you go to church on Sundays to get the feel and feel good, but you got to feed yourself. You got to keep going, because that's not enough,
Yes, yes.
It's not enough. And it's just, and I'm sorry to say, it's just not enough. You got to, and it's so hard. And then another thing is you have so many questions and stuff, but then when you do try to go ask the people for help, they can't even answer the questions for you,
No, no. And I feel like a lot of people are not their true selves based off our elders. I feel like they haven't lived in their truth, and they're so used to living as a fictitious character versus living in their authentic truth and walking in their truth. So when they see us, the new generation, the new creators,
Yes.
they see us as being disobedient and doing too much. But how are we doing too much when we know who we are?
Yes. Yeah, that is deep. Yeah, because back then they like Sis Key said, they grew up on structure. You got to do this. You got to dress this way. You got to be X, Y, Z. If you don't mind me asking, Key, what religion where did you grow? Like, what was your denomination growing up?
Mostly Christian, but I had relatives who were into the Hebrew Israelite religion, and then I also later in my adult years uh, got up in that, and that is what gave me a chance to see, from a broader perspective, just how much more broken those things were actually making me versus actually healing me and bringing me closer to God. It was actually, it was fear based, and stuff like that did nothing but hold me back.
Well, I'm glad that you were able to step out and find out what works for you, and as you stand today, strong, powerful, and
Yeah, I mean, it's good because I asked to see him.
yeah,
I was searching for him, and 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 he got it through those things, through those religions and those experiences in those religions. He got a chance to show me the real him by
yes.
showing me the truths of what they had going on. If that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. We can talk. That. It makes a lot of sense. I really don't know much about it, but I've had friends and family members I know that they all. I hear the same thing, so I kind of have an understanding on what you're saying. I get it, but not
Yeah.
100%. So I want to ask you, Miss Key, how do community and sisterhood help you stay aligned with your purpose?
Community and sisterhood.
Yes.
Well, community is everything, but sisterhood, that's been sacred for me. Because when I forget who I am, my sisters, they speak life back into me.
Yes.
I don't think I would be walking this boldly in purpose without women who held space for me, prayed over me, reminding me that I'm not crazy. I'm just called.
Yeah.
We were meant to walk this thing. We weren't, meant to walk this thing alone. And God sends us people to hold our arms up while we become. You are one of those women because right after I met you and I got on the podcast with you the first time, that inspired me to go and start my podcast. And I've been healing a lot more through that.
Yes. And it's crazy you say that because I do. A lot of people say I help them heal, but they don't know that it's really y'all helping me heal too because y'all keep me strong and stuff. So when I do come on here, it is like you said, it's healing. When you talk to other people and you hear their stories and stuff, it makes you think like, okay, I'm not alone. So it is a healing process because when I first started this, I was not this good, I was not this sharp, But as I continued to do, the more that I did it, the more I became more healed, and it just feels good. So I can agree with you when you said it helps you heal because it does. Because it's like I said, community and sisterhood. We helping each other stay aligned with our purpose, and that's what I love the most. So I thank you for saying that.
Yes, of course.
And I'm proud of you. You starting your podcast. You got to tell me the name and stuff so we can get people to listen and stuff. So congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Definitely congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. That's a good thing. That's a big step, Because I remember you did say you want to start it. I said, girl, better start that podcast. You don't got to know. Just start it. Just start it not knowing how it's going to go. Just do it, and then everything else going to flow after. And that's just how it goes. So with that being said, Miss Jazzy Jazz, how does how does community and sisterhood help you stay aligned with your purpose?
Well, sisterhood is like a mirror to me that reminds me of who I am when I forget. Also, I can describe it as a voice that intercedes when I'm too tired to pray.
Wow.
Community surrounds me with strength and accountability. So, like, say for instance, you see I'm slipping. I don't care how it comes off. Be real with me and tell me.
Yeah.
But it also reminded me that I don't have to carry the weight alone. There is also healing within laughter in sisterhood, clarity when sharing wisdom as we have through text messages, video calls, even through your podcast.
Yeah.
And also courage, knowing I'm not walking this journey by myself.
Amen. And that's so true. I'm laughing. I was laughing because everything you said is how we are. You know, we might not
Yeah.
talk every day because you be busy. You know, I be doing stuff too, but we communicate at the right time. Like, you'll call me, when we first met, we didn't even know each other, but remember I was at the park, sitting outside the park with the baby recording. I wasn't in the
Mhm.
studio, but you was like, let me pray for you real quick. I said, all right. At first I was like, who is this lady tomorrow? Let me pray for you real quick. And then the
Yeah.
next day you was like, let me pray for you again. I said, okay. So it's like, you always come, like, we always talk at the right time, you know, and that is such a, it's like you can feel when something is not right, or just a little bit text messages like, hey, good morning, take care, have a blessed day. It's just the little things that make a big
Yeah.
difference, you know, and that's what I try to do with everybody that's been on my show. I can't talk to you guys all the time, but I be feeling bad, like, man, I haven't talked to this girl. Should I check on her? So I be sending messages, and they always be like, dang, DJ, thank you so much. I needed that at that time. So that's sisterhood to me, you know.
Yes, definitely. And I am not gonna lie, I have had crash out moments, and I will receive a text message from you, and I'm like, and I'll laugh because I'm like, I really needed that text at that moment.
Yes. You know, I just send it. You know, or a video like my sister, she's sitting here right now. She send it. She don't even know, but she'll send me a video. I might not respond because I don't respond to nobody really, but she'll send me a message or something at the right time, and I'll be like, dang, who? But that's how God works. He will send somebody. It's just the most random things ever to put a smile on your face or keep you going. You know, and that's just, I don't know. It's just crazy how the world works.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to ask you, Miss Jazz, what's one thing you're believing God for that you know you could be with Him?
Well, just to say it, is that I'm believing God for divine fullness to live and lead boldly, unapologetically, and fully in my calling. I know I could be a powerful vessel
Yes.
of healing, transformation, touching lives across generation with Him. And with that being said, I will be all that I can be before I go to heaven. So that's just me in a nutshell. But I know that it's a process,
Yes.
and I know that it takes a lot of faith.
Yes.
And I know that it takes a lot of being humble in situations that you just want to just go off.
That part. That part.
But I have to remember that I'm a vessel for the
Yes.
Most High,
Yes.
and I'm also an example of who a true Proverbs woman is.
Mm.
Even though I may not be picture perfect, if you get in my car and listen to my Apple playlist, you may hear a little hood, you may hear a little rock,
Yeah.
you may hear gospel.
Yeah.
But this is who I am.
Yes.
And throughout my journey, I know I'm able to heal someone through being who I am authentically.
Yes. And that's all you can do is be you, you know, because being you is what's going to get you through. So I just want to encourage you to continue to be you and don't change who you are for nobody. You know, like you said, you are a Proverbs 31 woman, and yes, you are just that. Plus more, you know.
Yes. So are you, ladies.
Thank you. So I want to ask you, Miss Key, what's one thing you are believing God for that you know that you could be with Him?
I'm believing God to use my voice to heal people.
Mm.
I don't just want to speak. I want to shift atmospheres.
Yes.
I want to tell the truth in a way that sets people free. And I know that with Him, I could be a chain breaker, a cycle stopper, a blueprint for what healing looks like in real time. And, and not just for me, but for everybody that's watching me rise.
Amen. And I believe,
and I love that.
That was like, clear the room. No, but I believe in you too. I believe in both of you guys because, y'all can do it because y'all been through a lot, but yeah, y'all still standing strong. Y'all still happy. Y'all still smiling. Y'all still chasing y'all dreams and doing what God has called you to do, because you could be doing anything else in the world, but yet you are making the decision to do what God wants you to do. Like you said, we might not be perfect. We might mess up sometimes. It might be hard, but yet as long as we continue to know that, we want to be used as a vessel and that God has a bigger plan for us, it's going to happen. It's just matter of time when, and you can't
It's
worry.
happening.
Yeah,
It's happening.
it's happening right
Yes.
now as we speak. It's already in the atmosphere. We're already shifting. And I just
Yes.
want to say, I thank both of you guys so much for coming on the show. Before we close out, do you guys have any questions for me?
I just wanted to let you know that that my podcast is Talk That Spirit
Yep.
by Better Key.
Talk that
Um,
spirit, she said.
and I would certainly love to have you on one of my episodes one day. So
Yeah, whenever you're ready, girl, let me know. I'm ready when you are. Whenever you're ready, just let me know and we can do it.
okay,
No problem.
okay.
Do you have any questions for me?
Definitely. And I'll participate on your podcast as well because I see that you're more into spirituality, and I'm definitely looking for my tribe in that area.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's why that's the thing about back to sisterhood and how you can get that text from your sister at just the right time is because spirit is in us and he's
Yeah.
moving through us. So when you need me, somehow I'm gonna be there. When I need
Amen.
you, somehow you're gonna be there because he's inside of us. He's orchestrating this for something
Yes.
way bigger than what we even know of yet.
Yes, a
Amen.
divine connection.
That part.
And that's what I've been praying and asking God for. I need divine connections, destiny helpers. Locate me today. And I'm so happy that you guys are able to connect. I would exchange. I will give you guys each other's numbers so that way you guys can connect and talk and do what y'all need to do to walk in y'all purpose and fulfill y'all missions and stuff in life. So I will make sure when we get off this Zoom, I will connect you guys. So with that being said, I want to close out with this statement for you guys. I want you guys to know that we are full of promises, purpose, and possibilities. When we walk by faith and not by fear, we step into who we could be together with God and for His glory. So keep believing and keep becoming and know that there's nothing too big for God and there's nothing that He cannot do. Thank you guys so much for being a guest on my show today, and I cannot wait to see what God does with you guys and all the accomplishments you guys do. Mwah. Love you.
Love you.